ene November wo so me de to so aduanu ba kon omana de hye ma munyina adwo ema makwaba abo no nsia bo se ya na bra so se no nsia Brem Kasiebo nsam wodo ayensa ka oman mu no ye de esomowo ene nsam ne yenhwe ne a edimu akotene bi nananom hemfoni atrankonwa ewo wanchi edisu ne agyaadwo aka kire JDM kire Ghana manpanyi dada John Dramani Mahama se abanye tiso ehye wono bo se wobema one district one factory aba ewo mpotem wo so besi ne aban no enka hwe mfa ho manpanyi dada John Dramani Mahama bo asofo ene adwumayiku ahodo ye nhyabe yase so bo se o my Ghana sikasam ya ayabasa nyina ehon fabie efiri won omanfo a ewo mpraye so super so se de senie nkane aboa ye den ebotem ho no anu eden pant yi se je adwumayiku no emu mpanyimfo ebe bibi fafa ho yewia na ye konkrofo akro ne enkrofo aman so na Nigeria aman no wonom edi eye amansan nyina memada ya ndi so ade hu na afi wode si wonom ani so ene se enka afide bekọ na wieye no na nka wante se be ma bi ahye ne ho akomfo Ebusia we kan sama wudo be no mo ma tena se de so mo sanyumre no nsia Kasiebo e wo Ctv so Kasiebo itwa ne ho e wo kasafo nyine ahodo no so afiefie mu a wudu abefo ntentafidie so a e twa ne ho frede Facebook ye my CTVGH social media handles ahodo no nyina obo my CTVGH Kasiebo piaba na wanya bi ahwe ya no wakai se wobeto ama no mfefo ama wonum so enya bi ahwe adwumre mu somfo eye Afia Brempomaa Hineh bitwa me ho sima me ba ensem no ha me de besomo Ebusema munyina kwaba afi ensem no enie edededwe Ghana mrasebedwemfo kwa asetena na dwuma wo hwe yedi yebie eye budget mfiempino ene aduonu nan akonhomesika ya yewura Ken Oforiata ya wo yo man foto samfo bekenkan ye no eno ho bi ene wo hwe ebobo ho ewo mrasebedwemfo wonum dwumadie mu se se bekenkan budget bia no a wo pebre na wo tena se no obobo ho na wo hu kwampa obetumi ede afaso enti ne na nya agrokra ewo mrasebedwemfie edom kuma ne dom dodo no emu mpanyifo binum bebreje bre ya wo kire won madwene efa oman akonhomesika mfiempino ene aduonu nan die no ho
enana da jeni posokra wo mrasebedwefie sanse budget no a owura Ken Oforiata bekenkan no na ano no afa na na bra so se edom kuma no ne dom dodo no tena se bobo hu mrasebedwefie dodi kan gina ye ex kasa simpie so eye so afo abedi akire ya wo sikasam so abno se asare ene odi to dwa se sa mfiempino ne aduonu nan budget no aban ahyeda pa na wo hwehwe ye se wode boa mo my Ghana yensikasam no asan asore gira na so abra ne kra ma
not to derail the hard-won stability that we are witnessing. Mr. Speaker, as part of this commitment, government is not initiating new commercial loan-funded projects. And so when you check Appendix 10C, where we usually have commercial loan-funded projects, that place is blank. This tells you government is really committed to living within its means. Not just that, Mr. Speaker, government has also put in the budget an amount of money to clear the arrears so that we can complete existing projects. So that we do not add on, but already what we have, we can complete and then hand over to the various communities. And so with this, government is also saying that once it is restraining itself from adding on commercial loans, we expect SOEs to also do same. We are hoping hoping that, coupled with the revenues that we are going to raise and the efficient management of our expenditure, we will be able to bring our debt to GDP levels to about 55% in 5 years, as well as our revenue to debt servicing to 18%.
Wodom kuma femu ono, mrasubedweni ema yape kusogu abatwa mpesua so Jona po ena wono nso ekasa ya wode kire se budget be na maame ne ka ho asem saa no budget hunu we yi anidaso bi animi budget ye nanum sen nyina dudui ena waka ho asem ana wose won kan kra no owura ken ofori ataya wo ye fotosanfo no akra mpo beji tumu se o my God na sikasem aye basa aboachi bidin
your own flagship program trumpeted by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. How can it collapse and expect that you should be brought back into power? Mr. Speaker, the Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, promised the people of the Zongos that he cares for them and he cares about them. Wow. And that he will come with the Zongo Development Fund and you put a seed money of 200 million. Beyond that, every year you make available $50 million. Today, this budget, so that we can just check the figure for Zongo Development Fund, it's $1 million. Oh. As if that is not enough. Oh. As if that is not enough. The $1 million will be used solely for goods and services. Oh. Capital expenditure, zero. So the people in the Zongo, if you expect that you get even one block or one cement, what they are rather going to do is to buy ink, pen, photocopy, printing, tea, biscuit, chocolate, and all those things.
Ghana Mampai Dada John Dramani Mahama Chose, Omai, Sikasama, Den, Omai Muya, Dina. Say the Sobone Bar buying Yama, Erin Fisse, a software, Yawa Maimo, and Afia Brempomaa would be and Shabaya and Kaya. 1 year and Shahanka, 1 man or 2 more, now 1 more buying Wachino. Yemfasa Suboni be, Emma.
Building Ghana to toa Mampinda da John Dramani Mahama Hineh wanwanso na wo him franka ediama NDC amanyoko no eko ewo my Ghana afenu baabia na wode toyi ekopie mu ewo bono mantem ne honom na nana Jan ampem ankoma dada awoye wenchi benkum hene ede tu nanimu se yeka enkurase ahodo a ewo wo my Ghana mu dia na wenchi eka ho bie esanse bosha ahodo a MPP aban ehye se adom edom no na se wo wini election no na obetena so na obeye mampeni edema wo my Ghana fo a 1D1F $1 million per constituency any year of roads akwanya hodo a wo kire se wo beyi e wo my Ghana mu no wo kire sa na meni nyina de se wanchifo omonsa akabi
ene ye wo wanchi a na district capital a ufri atebubu eba betwam se kwane badu ne sampa ne baby ai ene wanchi adana kurase ne yehwehwe bia yensanka wanchi ne bibia better agenda 111 ye yo ye nya bi ade bia baba 1 million 1 constituency wanchi ye nya bi 143 district wanchi ye nya bi
enya wanchi mani wanchi ma aka chi be mfia donunum your gap be 25 years fi say me amena na be dey atu achi de wanchi man ko nanim na ka ho ama wanchi bibia ba ye nya bi me papa onim ahia na afa krokrom de bia wo ba ho ye sanse ukọ no amfa e bia wonya ba bia amfa ti kakra bi na de betum anim se nyame ye wadom wanchi samanfo ye wadom wanchi fo ye wadom na sansan fa 2 minute kra obehye obekai wanchi man na so kai wanchi man a wanchi man so de ye bekai wo de bia
Sunyani man himan na akosredua outsource kabraye ede ato Ghana Mampai Dada John Dramani Mahama animo se nyame ye na dom na se woyi ne running mate a eya wontwe na ni hwe bonoman na onyi running mate ne mfiri bono esanse ebono nso ewade a eye pa owie ye enwode afuto amane ne yonko no menase ne mfefo ahemfo se wo momodin se eduru abato bra obeja sika gye bebrebe ya wagye fra amanyofo ho no esan se sika no ka woroma no tum ema no kre ye sefata se woka no ontumi nka
so yese empenyimfo omo di ye kan asafo penyi imamfo ne ade omo wo se omo kan no kre ekire omo hwe oman no so na obi anka se membo bosia but wo bosia Odi sika no ba fa ye ade titru japade a ebesombo ama oman no ania president anka say ibusa no say yesika sem se ne ase esiafa no obeye hu den say on the wapa ba onim ne obeye biom so ye the president obeba be siesie sa nyoma no dia ebema economy ejina na so ene say ye manyina se wako school mpo a obetimi esua onsa no adwuma kakra abra ye waban mu afi bia ye tisika esi ho e de ma aban adwuma ye friend nadmo enti atorenchem bia si a omutimi ba ebeboa omo a sa atorenchem no aka omo ni hwe enti mesre aban nadmo adwuma no ehia nsuo beto anasa mframa bebo na apa enkrofo dan ho anasa eja hyehye ebetimi asai nipa de ana nsuo timi yiri esai nipa nyoma enti afi bia sika yete ho ye twagu ho se ye mfama nadmo mesre finance minister omba obosaka se ne be ya san nyoma isia omoso betimi aso ano
Abusuafo mo fanche na nia ye kire mu ye Ghana mampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama ya na obo asofo na afe mpanyimfo ebinom etiriso ewo mai Ghana mu so mai nhwe han ya ne yesefata se nko bo ka kire aban no wono mantimi anka nkire no na ne ayekoso yi sunwa manhema ya wo ka kire ne mfefo ahemfo se wo momode se obeja isika je bebrebe free amanyofo ho na wono matimi aka nokre afenso de adesrede to Ghana mampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama animo se wo momode se wo yi ne running mate a wo de nani be kire bro memu na wo hwe se de osefata no wo de ahenche no ebe hye no afri bono man no emu
Echitafo ni titu ena menemu bekasa. Ya papa ba ebinumu edeye edipe bibi keke. Ebedu se ato aba no na obi de sempo anka prebi na odi abesesa wo nema. Eno de mesremo pa se wagina ama obi na opese odi nkunim na wo wasetena mu yie di a ewo se wodo na esi form na wugina baabi a wugina Mayanfa emubi emedada enefa da eka ni nyina ewo mesramo munyina na chi echigina pa na nyame gina na chi echigina pa traditional council ejina na chi echigina pa yenim se na empire ebebo ha no ebekọ echiri na ade ba ko a mesre baso ne se bro eda na kuma so because ni yiri fia ni chairman fia ne chasa ne na tichufo nyina efi bro a enti se ye gira na chi yi a ebema nkanko no akokan ya me pesa me kan se ye yi vice president a wo baby bebre a che mesa me papa said this time round no o meyi bi wo ebunu ha samo na ya nye ni entu aba no ne entu ni yie ya entu ni yie na ya nya esomfaso obi a ahobrase won mu hu na anu hu yenim se NDC ba power dia na ya nso ye kese aba
NPP amanyoko no de betu dwose empanyifo nan bi e wa amanyoko no mu a waye ne mo ho sem wetietia party ne mraso enti wayi wonu afrem ya owura hopes na doye e ka ho bie na ekire e na owura Katie Hammond ababonten abeka bia ma amanyoko no se de omo ye ne de no ano no esanse uhwu ekuo bia woni mra ene ne hyehye enti mra ne hyehye no wantumi ani so a na mra di wo a ene no ano no
maintain the Afia Brempomaa one Yes, of course. That must be appropriate. I do know from my longer affiliation with the Constitution that if you declare open support for a person who doesn't subscribe to our views, you automatically forfeit your membership of the party. I suspect that that's simply what they are re-echoing. Alan, I think following his decision to go independent, obviously it seems to be, I think he was categorical about that. He resigned from the party. So if he resigned and you still attack to his strengths, I would suspect that you also automatically give the indication that you have said your goodbye to our party. So I guess they are just implementing the constitutional.
Afia and also na ya kwani oneself from where chairman want to me NPP amanyo no tetena ni ya wo Asante Mantam Emmo wakasa wode ato dwa se mampanyin abede akire Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na me ya adom no obeye mampanyin a eno na Nyankopon behwe so hunu Ghana mobo ama se Black Stars ko World Cup bi a obedi nkunim eno kura akire no etikoda o mampanyin abede akire Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ebe breki 8 na mana ya obia nwanwa omeyimo.
It's Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He's going to break the eight. All the developed countries, there is one thing they have done. What they have done is that they have tried one government for a long time. But in Ghana, for the Fourth Republic, from 1992 to 2000, it was NDC. And from 2000 to 2008 was MPP. And from 2009 to 2016, 2017 was NDC. If we want the Ghana to develop, there's only one way for us. That one way is the continuity for the MPP to hand over to MPP. If the MPP break the eight, what it means is that the job that the Nana Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has started, it means it can continue. It's true. Now, what we need in our country is for the youth to get jobs. It's the youth to get jobs. And the free education, the Nabu and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia started. They have to move it to another stage. This is what we need. And one district, one country. If we stay and break the eight, it means that every district and every town is going to get a job. And I have a belief. My belief is that now, have you seen a lot of exporters in the whole country? The reason is simple. When Dr. Mahmoud Baumia becomes the president 2025, 2026, when we go to our World Cup, we are going to go finals. We will go finals. We are winning. BMW.
Ebusafo yeguswa aka mo se Ghana Black Stars wonum ejina kono one Comoros na ehyiemu ya sese agukanse ne mu aye den pa na sabre de Comoros fo ase Ghana ba kon ama Ghana Black Stars da form ya wo ne nan ebra kase koso no ai na chese ye de nia ebefiri mu nyina ba nanso sabre de ye ka mo se agukanse no po aba na wieye enesa ye to so na ye koyenem ensem foforo mu NPP amanyoko no nkrobata ye wonsa wom adwagiri wonom e de atodwa se MP anasem raso bedwani ya wo potem wonom no wɔyɛ pɛsɛ minkuminya wɔn nko a pɛsɛ akonya no wɔtena so a na sɛ ne ɔba akɔkora wɔ so kora ɔbɛbɔ akɔkora wɔ so nanso efiri sabra wɔfa akonya no tena so obesi nne no adwuma bia ne wɔn ma wɔyɛ wɔn pɔtɛm wɔn ti sɛ mpanyimfo anhwɛ na wɔamfa wɔn mo na yɛ nsi fam a yɛ kata so mu aso a anhwɛ yi afie mpino ne aduonu nan abatoɔ no ɛbɛko na hwie yɛ no na akonya no efiri NPP nsa akodi amanyo kuo foforɔ ensa.
Delegate Omo Efre Central for Eshimi Eku Omotie no Omo Efrom Ho Stubborn 66 na kendini anase peni ono orders ekoya no eye police station organizer ewo Nsawom Sabo Zongo ora adakwa Abraham Asamoah na one Central for Ekasa ya nsam ode to dwatwese ene de yemrehwebedwani ya owo Nsawom Adredwi ora Frank Anodon Pre ni ya jese order na dinonyade a ebebo amanyoko no kra won hwese kema yesona nam na ode eto delegate ahodo no ni mo se omunjintum se mo bia ene no embesia kan no monkoso afa termination wan kansa ensa na afempenu no ene aduonu enan no mu no onsan enkugiremu efama NPP amanyoko no ewo Nsawom Adredwi eno eno mo friends and friendship mo mode eto dwese sa ene na emrehwebedwani eye no obema amanyoko no akọ opposition won sama ode to dwa no ene
me penetrate na obi anu otan bia na emom said ya dey nkabom beba na pepepe ye ebekoso na kebima me nkabi no ebetini atumpon Nsawom Adredwi omunini ye say yen de ye pekebina me nkabi yen ye penkabom yen ye basabasa enti nya to abawia ye yen ya ne say osunu no ono na yedi na ati do bebe bia no ye ni problem ye ni asen bia ye ina no ye nya ne say osunu no ono na yedi na ati bi osunu de bebe bia no ono na ye pe ena enye obi na be say yen said tintinati yen fa we nko anase ntu we ma we dabi wase wabomu ena tire wado sabi predia yenim de ekoso ye tin se me ko said yen honorable why you say yehu yeti next what then and still upon san me ya yeti say achievement dey say why you yeti na still what you should say my boss on purpose eno na yen delegate aye wan Nsawom Adredwi yes yempe on post e wan Nsawom say on post e bin titimu eba on post e dey some pieba about part no apatry say yenim obi a wabaso ba when you say obekwa kopidi na mom said ya to say yes obi nko on post no na won be nomination na o start say o signatures obi nko to ni na ya koye on post acclamation a pepam chow enye abane sana na mo kan yankatabwa ase yesem mame sanka
afeyen ko katamanso ene ne potemu na abrante bi a wono moto anaso kada adwuma bi ene wo yesabra ye kase wo ko apre agene nkwapa abane boy yensa kan ene sa aposifo bi a won potemu abura abrante no amasesebre na chidompenumpo emse mu abua ene sa
Sa Okada Rider Timothy Ntokuni ya onifie eduasa enson no okyerese ni nua ba mu abaako yade enti ena nwumrebe no nson otu moto no a na enibre so okopedro ato ede abre no na bra woko ye so okopedro no a wo ba no ena posini ya ogina checkpoint wo no mo ebegina ho fra hoachia ede ekọ enimo kakra na okyere ne se onyina na wonhwehwe ne ho ne ma no obusa ne se echa eso no ewoyi ya wode bo ne ho ban no se eno kra ne kra mi mentumi anhye sansa ho pepre enkasaye ne ano baba ye ni mu ano eno osibia enu ye a ode ama posini no ne bo ato ne yem enti wotu moto no akona nim ehwa na posini no so fa ne moto ya kire se wodi mirika tenten di nachi ekotwa fa ne ho ebesi nanim a abemo ane ye se o opani minimze nkomo no asi eno osi ensi ya de nti ena kise ubu manimtia atwi ede afa me so ehon so kokoya akasa kopem se osaye na adwene se oda ne ho na posini ne se sese die wo pese wo chima me yam de a ene ma ye krado nam so ema wo pia no to fom a ebrofon framin eno kra nso ha wo frɛ enipa bi beka ho a obroni beka nse reinforcement mo mbechi no bruniye ede nade ahodo kyekere no aban nka bagu ne nsa ebrono a ede ne kokatama nso posifo atena ya Timothy Ntokunu kyerɛ sɛ wabrɛ ye pa ene nam so masa abrin oda yarsabia ne ho akyere no na wontumi kra enkasa yi ene no CTV amane bofo etwe nkomo a wode sansemi etudwa mampenifo atibi
I shouldn't is my element but I'm not feeling well, my head is itching me. So that is why I did not put the helmet. So I passed. I don't know that there's chasing me. One of them take motor and chasing me. So he come and cross me. He want to take my key by force. And I said no. So he started beating me. After that, he called the patrol team, then they come and pick me to their yard. And they beat me up. 5 to 7 police people. And they were all just hitting me anyhow. And when they slap me, they even laugh. Tell their colleagues that, oh, they go to training well. When someone once slap me and I fall down, they will pick me up again and put me on the chair and slap me. They use helmet and gun also to knock my head and my eyes. After that, they use oil to beat my back. And every place was, all my body was flowing with blood. And after that, they locked me up. Doctor even said that I have to go and do scanning for my head. Say, because if I wake up, I want to fall down. So doctor said I should go and do the scanning. So he says almost 1,500, but I don't have that money. That's why I'm still lying down here.
Dr. Ni ya sabri washen wo ewo Panarosis Medical Center yera Gerson anku en wo kire se ebrade abrante ni bedru ni enya ye pa sabri ya brono ama atimu se ni tirimu honom no emoja enwunu no ejine mu a wahwe ya na dwene ana na me ne kura betumi asei eno akire wonya se yebepa pa atirinim na ya hwe se ohaw bia enimu a eno no ya pedru ede ama no sabri ya obeda ya sabia ha kura no a enyo odumfo bi anko enya moa ba bie sere se de aposifo no aye ne nye ensoso no ebusuentwa wani Afia Brempomaa.
But upon arrival here, he was in semi-conscious state. And with bruises all over the body, laceration of the left eyelid, which was sutured and dressed. But per my history and taking and assessment, I think he had a minor head injury. But then he couldn't communicate with me. So now I picked that on suspicion. And we were able to, he communicated and he told me how he was brutalized by the police officers. Some hit him with the handle of the rifle on his head. And so, but initially he was okay. But just yesterday that he went off. And that is so typical of head injury. If it's a bleeding in the brain, that means he can eventually lose his life. Yes, he can lose his life. You bleed in the brain, there's the accumulation of pressure in the brain, and you can eventually die.
Enyimreno Afia Kasiebo de guso de somwo no Ctv so twagu ewo wafiefie mo na afe nso akọ abefo ntentafidie no eso mejira we so na maje aboafo nkrato me ba petwa de aka do so.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Islam is a religion of peace. Islam is a religion of humanity. We are in challenging times and people need solution to lots of life issues. That is why we bring to you Islamic Zone. On Islamic Zone, we discuss religion, family, health, the economy, and all other issues that matters to you. We have seasoned sheikhs and counselors to help us navigate through life on this program. Join me, Barikis Rashid Abbas, as I sit with my guests on CTV this and every Friday at 5 p.m. to discuss issues that matters to you.
Ayimeno nsia Kasiebo na yeguso ya yede esmo wo Ctv so no afei ene wakan ho a ida se ema wakwaba afei yento aso na yenko anim wo ensem foforo emu headmistress ema eso ya RC primary school ya no ewo Akuapem North wo kire se school no akwa ohihia mu pa wo munam akwansidie bebre mu ya ma desuane adekire kra ye boachibidin bibie ho enti wo de to aban mu empanyefo ene empanyefo a ede won sato won bottom eto bibi so anim won se womra na omeye school nemwa
headmistress ya wo Esuya RC primary school ewo Akuapem North empeswa so no mame Laurentia Agbaraglati wo say wo de adesade to abanyanim ankrankra ya wo bi wo mo betimi akono mo ne se ni school no e ade se edwire gukura school no e bi ejina ne nyesan se dankra ne nyina chia ya kire se enkoda no betene mu kra aya yemhihie edema no ensupa bi eni ho enkoda no nom agoprama wo bedi agroso ebi ni ho enwoma ya omba besua ebi ni ho no mo abefo ntinta fidie computer ebi ni ho akwan kra no a echichafo nam so omoba be kire enkoda na de no nye emwanso emawofo emfa won koda no emma suku nim sanse wo hunu se kwan ne nye wo koi eye kura kwan wakohia aboatia bi no akodi akoda no bone a ebe ha adwene ye pa afei de ha adwene kura ne se akyerɛkyerɛfo ya ewo ho no mo no wo se da ne de nyina no so mu kofie ko prampam nkola no se be ya wo metimi aba school se abasa no a emwa emankoda no so awofo wo mpotem won so kyerɛ se wo mutimi hwe nkoda no eno na akyerɛkyerɛfo no e de adesede nam headmistress so a wo kyerɛ se e de wo srada ban ko wo mwa no munya akade no na bibia eya no a enkoda no wogidi se wo mbetumi abasuku wo hye akyerɛkyerɛfo ekura na troda wo mfrikofo dua ene okrase impotem ho ene basuku betrade a ekwan no waye nti se koba se kwan ne nye na ehwo asem nsoso kokoye deja obetena suku nim no onya buku bi amfa nkyerɛ koda na de a na be mu agoa ne sa
challenge ma koye kan se school feeding ye ni bi also ko community no ma ase bebre se da ni bi awofo no eni ha se na ebi no so so man neglecting kwala no mo nhyɛ da menim some school no mo ti asen so ase bo apayo bi ti no omo nti omo ho amani hwɛ kwala no nhyɛ da mo school sa ti ubekɔ ba be chesi o ma sana ebi ade aba nti school feeding ubekɔ no se on be school ubekɔ se ne ma me so niska oni aduane afei na okɔ afuma akɔpɛ bi nti eno biggest challenge ba ko and secondly, so school building, especially lower block, P1 to P3. And we are going to say, never call me a question. Because if you panic, as I said, walls, cracks, and I'm wishing so leaky. Aside that, and so snakes, dear, and also, I'm a to war. Osuru teacher need to work osuru because in a sense we better there see who say anka say where pool side to so then I want class on na I want say school na how so that strength and so say then for now we need be say ba na e betimi akpe charlie they are fine e ba e betimi issue but in assistance here in terms of security the lighting it will be on way be a let me abide
Nenso bra ne akyerɛkyerɛfo no twetwe nkomo siye e ma tan bi a yensa ka wo mubusa won se den akrenti ene won ka wo ma no so mo masuku a wo so kyerɛ se ka me akwa se ejade abo won ko anso mema ne mo wa wo eni nti wo sɔre a wo twa no ho wo dwade akoda wo hwe aduane wo hwe papa no aboa na mo akona adwuma so na nkoda betoda na agye won nsam enti ya na nkoda no so wo so abra na wagya no amana da eni nti na amana basa ya wo so kyerɛ se sa bia ene ebe no so amia nti mema no so meka ho bi na wo mo hwe nkoda no yi se be ya won da aten ebetumi ayi da papa
yanda achi baby wo ho a ma fight ya say anga yi ebe bua kwala ni nso meya me obia no ma hoaden ya he meya enye ye nti yesere se mo mpanfo mo wo mwe bia mo de beboa ni we so ya afo a mo mfa meboa nkwala ne maye yampa efi aduanu afo no yenyo bia onu aduan man kola ni wo school num nti ye mo muska na wo menya aduan bia anto nti na wo se wo san ba fie
se wo ba ni be school obi wo be man de ba 3 fia 9 o'clock afi na ni baba school nti se teacher ni ba na sa kola ni mba ya say o tu so no be say akwala no o kwa na say oni ho
Ayesa bema no ba boy nti anti na nkwala nti na ye bresa ye yesa na nkwala no was school no na bi ye ba kwa aye ya ha anti na yesa ye ba be do school no na kakra na nkwala no ntimi esuade
Afia ye kodwade de sikasam Kasiebo emo na ye konfraye so omanfo e wo konfraye so se omano demu ya wo so kire se ECG for say wonom bele bosume light bill omde banana we den dodo wo se kane wa wutua 50 Ghana cedis say a peja ko be 2200 nom say asebe na ebubu kresi kra na ton anase ye de noa na ntwinam wanka ebetumi adru say wo kire se anu adinti ECG mpanyifo emehwe bi nkama won
reading number reading no mumum no man your madwuma yi nti say ECG for say omonye omadwuma yi
light bill no eba April after April say by in Mbabim till now
awon de breye no me ko amom sepet meter bosom baako ne abrem 12 million
nko na mete enso electricity de buy me nko amenam 2700 ada me ya jamboli wo fie ho
light bill electricity for no e de breye no menua enya sem papa obi a yetua light bill ayre so an 80 Ghana cedis Nancy electricity be on the breye no 30 million
men kwa me yusu me meter me me mapenete now so light bill on the breye 2002 something men kwa me so boso me nanka metua 40 Ghana 30 cedis but way 22 million on the breye me me go old currency 22 million medical office one omo breye omo the pen atro 15 omo atro so 5 million omo atro 15 million
yes rawon omo manema enko for man say ebe ha won de na omo man prepared mum na yemfa mo bra wa ha na yehu say eno mum ne betimi aboa
kwa prayer so manfo kire say senior light bill a wotua ano aye den na ne bo no aye den no eye twamene wodwere ho a wontre ase wote wo wonka bi nhyiemu ena besa bosome miensa ECG fo mo mfomso ene ohawa na mokomunti manfa bill ya mba ento hyase kra ya say wo bisebisa ne ekoso a ekire no hu se bill no aba afi wo ma won mani so nkosho a kane won ma na etua 30 Ghana cedi no won mu tua 2200 Ghana cedis ena won so ana kane wo tua 800 Ghana cedi bosome bia no wo tua Ghana cedi no empemiensa ena o se na we so kra de mass no bubu sese a ensisi so ya de a chesem sem fomso bi aba baabie tie wo se ECG adwayeko no bo moden na oye bibi fa ho wo se wo to amane won mo krabata ewo empraye so ene ne potemo se wonye bibi mfa ho na wo mra metete bel ne so se de ama wonum kra ayemhyehyie municipal electricity manager Emma Kompraye so Mark Wilson ene ensem twere ne twetwe nkomo Emma wo de tudwa se no kre ne esie no eyemfomso ne chimato bi ne ba wonum fidie no ho na nso manfo nya abotoyem na obi a wo mnasepo bi a bra wonum aso eye no ho na empanyifo be keka nioma abone ama enche bia ka twetwere die no abeda ho no efri ho kra.
Yes, start to say yeah, Billy on estimate from June, July, and even August. Internet omuhunesa na this month ye twesi was a ye see was a ye read meters ni nyina ama womu actual bills nti ye na saa na say bibia ba ye kama nti obia nka na kuma entuni yem. We are not in business to cheat anybody. Ye ni business ni mu say ye ba sisi obia ye bompa say ye ready wie ye readings ni nyina wie obia akoma beto ne yem ama bela ebaba no ode enije etua sabel say prepared ni eba nka ya sompo ye ho beto yen sense ye nchi bebre enkogigi sika mita no say sika ɛwɔ so no ɛsan wankasa wɔbɛba abɛtɔ bi.
Afei yɛnto so na yɛnkɔ yɛnim na soafo a wɔno hwɛ dwadie nsɛm so Raketi Hammond de ato dwa sɛ ɛnkyɛ bia adwumayɛkuo no anaasɛ asɔyɛ no ɛbɛhyehyɛ mmara foforɔ na saa mmara no wɔhyehyɛ ano de kɔ mmaraso badwam na aba abɛyɛ mmarakuni wɔ man Ghana mu a ɛbɛsi kwan a ɔmanfoɔ fa so twa semente ɛwɔ man mu no ɛbɛsi ho kwan wɔse na nsan semente no bebree na aba ɛwɔ adwaman so bebree so na ɛnyɛ papa ɛne ɛboa no bɛhwɛ sɛ no mate so sɛ yia hwi na nso no bɛkɔ akɔyɛ adwuma no na ɛnyɛ baako sɛ kura ɛwɔ bi kuro so enti ɛna ɔde saa mmara yi ɛba na nyame yɛ adom na mmara no bedura ɔbɛyire mu kete ama cement ɛwɔ dwaman so a ɛnyɛ papa ne nyinaa wɔn ma sɛ agu sɛ mfuturo.
They actually two airlines. One is an airline to monitor the production of cement in the country. The ministry, and for that matter, myself, are becoming a bit anxious. Becoming anxious about the spread of cement production in the country. It's all over the country. We have so many factories littered all over the country. But it's not so much about the fact that we have them stationed all over the country. That's not what really troubles us. What's troubling the ministry and for that matter government is the fact of the qualitative production of cement. And we're talking about standards. Standards all over the world as to the input into the production of cement. You guys will recall that only a few days ago, Standards Authority, which by law has the power to monitor and to take charge, actually to develop standards and to take charge to ensure that standards, the Ghana standards, are properly implemented in the country, have actually gone to close down 3 cement producing companies in the country. That's actually preempting, not really preempting, but foreshadowing everything that we intend to do in this year. Since I've been to the ministry, I have been receiving reports and I have been very concerned about the extent of the difficulty in that particular industry, and I intend to streamline it. That is the reason for the cement airline, which I call the Ghana Standards Authority Manufacture of Cement and Regulations. That's the regulations. But the second one, which seems to have excited quite a lot of my colleagues on the other side, it's not. I guess when they look at the document, they would understand it. But it's about importation of certain goods, certain produce into the country. You'll recall that during the time of my vetting, I did indicate that as a product like the stomach of animals, I don't know whether it's intestine or something. They call it the stomach of animals, bladder, whatever. They talk intestines, and the country had to put an amount of about $164 million toward the importation into the country of this item. Now I found that rather revolting. I don't particularly understand why items like this should be imported into the country. There is also the issue about importation of rice into the country. Of course, we consume more than we produce in this country, so we import. Now, the purpose of this particular airline is to sanitize what is it that we bring into the country. We are taking steps to ensure that in terms of rice, there is no poverty of rice in the country, by which I mean that we are not going to, by these restrictions, ensuring that there's no food in the country at all. That is not the point. We have this, our 1D, 1F factories, you all know about that. We know about other companies that are producing rice in the country. There has to be some effort active effort, deliberate effort by government to ensure that we are able to go back to a champions operation, feed yourself. We want to be able to ensure that the country is on the right foot and it has the capacity to produce, to meet its internal consumption.
Mongra Ctv Kasiebo emue Kamido Ghana nyumtuni na ode atodwa wabo ensemtrofo abaso se ensemtrofo aye bi pa ne nwom ya akwa nyina oyi ensemtrofo mu a enye yie na o kam na kosi se ne nwom bi ba bonten na nia opese koduru enru na enru omanfo asomu a enye ensemtrofo no ode sobo bebo wonum na mom empanyimfo a ebo ne nwom hodawuro emom eno ode sobo bebo won.
I can't blame the media. I can't blame the media. Like, I always put the anger or the blame on the team, like my team. I say to them, if you make a product and you don't let people know about the product, are you saying, oh, people are sleeping on me? Did you give them, what you needed to give them? So give them. If they don't take it, then you say they are sleeping on you. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I always blame my team when there's a problem. I don't like to put it on the media. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if the PR manager on the team or whoever has to communicate with the media does their job well, end of story. Do you know what I'm saying? But if they don't support you, that is when you can actually blame the media. So for me, I feel like media has always supported me. Like, they've always supported me. I can't say any negative, to be honest. I feel like they've always supported me. If we want to, like, I think we've spoken about this like countless times, but it's more so like us being very intentional about our products or our music. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not even a topic. Like, you don't actually have to go on that like a campaign to say play 80-20. Once the record is good and the right promotion is done, like, it works out automatically. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like build. And I think I was in a conversation with somebody the other time, and then we were talking about Nigerian music, I guess, and how Nigerians are penetrating into American markets like now. And it was about, it's not just a one artist effort, it's about the collective, movement. So it's like Bulldog is it's an artist, I'm an artist, she's an artist, he's an artist, and it's like you drop a record and you know that, bro, I can't do a whack video to this record. Do you know what I'm saying? I have to pull like, let's say 100,000 or 200,000 for marketing for this record, and I do the same, and she does the same, he does the same. It's like it keeps moving into like other markets like that. It's like, yo, these guys are fire, these guys are fire. But if it's just one artist from Ghana or from like Nigeria doing that, it will be difficult for them to penetrate. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, I think it's just the mentality that we all have to carry around, and then because there's no point in shouting and saying let's support Ghana music. Like, if the musicians are doing what they have to do and everyone is just playing their role, because it's a value chain, so I just think that 100%, like, we still have to be very intentional about our music and just put in the work. It's about putting in the work. Like me, I don't even want to blame anyone not playing. Like, put in the work. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let us put in the work. Let us find them. Before, I think a lot of businessmen or women used to be very interested in our industry, where they put like a lot of money or finances behind our creative works. But nowadays, they don't do that. Why is that? What is the gap? What is creating the gap between you? We've spoken about this a lot of times. So me, I just feel like if we are very serious about our craft, and we do what we have to do, the media does what they have to do. It will all, like, before we know it, it will just move on like
Yanko Amananinsem Emu Nigeria minor akam na maya hudu nyina ho ama wode International Men Day ememe nyina da wode ahihye so na afi eni so ade hu no ene se wono mo ebo moden no ma boda wuro no ama mema eya na ensam hye wo mo so nti wontumi nka nkyero bia na mom ni obetumi ya na so obesan ne ho ana obedi ne ho dam no eto atwa Nigeria minor mo.
Olden days, people commit suicide based on the problem the family have. Olden days, some of their family commit suicide. At the end of the day, the thing come and inherit their children, and they continue with it. The majority of people committing suicide are men only, and be caused by women.
Reason why men commit suicide, one is as a result of maybe they don't have something that keep them going. They don't have work to do that can put a food on their table. So, marital issue can contribute to that. One may enter into bad marital relationship.
Major thoughts in the minds of people who are depressed. No one cares. No one loves me. And a lot of men have this feeling like nobody cares. If anything happens to me now, I carry the load for everybody, but nobody carries my load. To create more awareness, right? Men need to be thought about mental health and how to regulate their emotions, right? How to take care of themselves, self-love and all of that. So we need that awareness. We need to teach men that they deserve to be cared for, they deserve to take care of themselves, right? The second thing I will encourage is that we need to reduce the stigma attached to mental health, especially towards men. Right?
Ebza for so and I jina ya de enyumre no nsia Kasiebo ya ye de somo wo Ctv so no ye de nyina esie me ko me fa seda mampanyifo a echenchim fide ne from a wono ma ebo ama Kasiebo edi mu nyina aseda piesie enkoma wono mosomfo enyumre e Afia Brempomaa Hineh nyame ya adomo a ebrepam ye besan ehye biem na so sa brede ye de